Welcome into Grizzly of the Day here on the Grizzly Digital Network. Georgia Gwinnett College gets a 14-4 win on a Tuesday afternoon against Milligan. And we're joined by our Grizzly of the Day, first baseman Kyle Norton. Kyle, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
We'll get into some highlights here, but a 3-for-5 day, 3 RBIs for yourself. And, I mean, let's talk a little bit about last weekend's road trip and the message coming into today. You drop one, go 3 for 1. What was the message coming into today's game?
It just comes down to those mid-season lulls. We're going to be sore, we're going to be tired, and we've really been trying to focus on just tapping into that toughness aspect, just grinding through it. And
so coming off that loss, you get those 2 wins over the weekend and then a big one here. But through the first 5.5 innings, it was kind of a battle. What turned things around for you guys today? What flipped that switch?
It was just getting that momentum back in our dugout. I mean, Harris went out and he did what he did, set the tone. He was shutting them down early, and we just needed to build off that. And we eventually got some runners on base, and we just got it flowing, so it worked out in our favor.
So coming into the 6th inning, the bottom half of the 6th, you're down 4-2. There was a conversation maybe in the dugout. Was there anything specific that was said that maybe gets you guys going? Because after that, it was 7 runs in the bottom of the 6th, followed by some more there in the 7th to eventually walk it off. Is there anything specifically that got you guys fired up and turned around?
We were pretty much the same. Just stick to what we do best. Just go back to our game plan, just green shots, and not trying to do too much. I mean, just limiting the Ks and putting the ball in play and just letting the game work out how it should.
And so maybe you kind of got to it there and just not trying to do too much, but it feels like this offense right now finds a way, game in and game out, regardless of what the score is, they can put up these really big innings. Mm-hmm. Coach Sheets talked to us today about, an 8-run inning over the weekend. Mm-hmm. What is it that allows you guys at the plate to all of a sudden just put up these huge numbers, and that contributes to the 12 runs of game that we're seeing?
It's just contagious. The hits are contagious. The good at-bats are contagious. And after you just stack one on top of another, it just builds on a team and it builds on a pitcher. And we're just able to just keep going. And it usually works out good.
So I want to get back to talk about yourself a little bit here. Good day at the plate there. You also have 2 stolen bases out there. And so for your role as the 9-hitter, can you walk me through that approach and what your job is every time that you step up to the plate?
Yeah. I mean, for me, it just comes down to just getting on base, turning it over to Pondy and Brax and letting them do their things. I usually sometimes like to take the first pitch, work deep in the count and just try to get on base and just do my job. And been getting a lot of singles this year, and it's just been working out.
And then, obviously, you're a familiar face around these parts here in Lawrenceville. Off the field, can you talk to me a little bit about your approach as a leader of this team and somebody that's trying to bring these guys together to make a deep run here as we get closer to the end of the regular season?
Yeah, it's just setting a good example, just going out there and just playing our brand of baseball. And these guys see it and they know, and when I do say something, they know I mean it. And it's just, I know they got my back 100%. I know they're always got me.
So we're getting down to the home stretch here. We've got the CAC Showdown on tap this weekend, then one more road series before you get to that CAC championship, and then maybe even the opening round and beyond. Where do you guys see yourself as a team right now?
I think we're playing good baseball. Whenever you're getting down these long stretches at the end of the year, you want to play your best baseball at the end of the year. So we're not sweating it too much. I mean, we've had these ups and downs a little these last 2 or 3 series, but at the end of the day, if we can play our best baseball in May and the beginning of June, then we're going to be perfect and right where we need to be.
Well, Kyle, we appreciate your time as always. Take us home with some shout-outs.
Yeah, I got to shout out, Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Appreciate him. Appreciate my parents. I know they're always watching. Shout out my dad's boy, Chris. He's always watching. Shout out my girlfriend. She's in town this week, so I'm glad she got to be here. And shout out these guys, the coaching staff. Shout out you guys, everything you do. And, yeah.
So that'll do it from us here in Lawrenceville on a Tuesday afternoon. Grizzlies get a big 14-4 win over Milligan. That's their 3rd straight win, and now we head into the weekend for the CAC Showdown, where you can find all the action here on the Grizzly Digital Network. From all of us here on the Grizzly Digital crew, we thank you, and we will see you on Friday afternoon.